In the humble village of Umuofia, there lived a quiet young woman named Amara. Gentle, patient, and full of faith. She had no riches, no family name to boast of. But every morning, as the sun rose above the red clay roofs, Amara's voice filled the air, singing hymns as she fetched water from the stream. The villagers mocked her. "See Amara," they laughed, "a woman with nothing, still singing like a queen." Her cousin, Ngozi, the proud one, would say, "No man wants a dreamer who can't even buy her own soap." But Amara never answered. She only whispered, "My silence is not weakness, it's faith." Then one day, news spread like wildfire. The chief's son, Chidi, was to marry Ngozi. The entire village danced. Drums beat, palm wine flowed. Everyone said, "Ngozi is blessed. Amara will serve her one day." But on the day of the wedding, as the priest began the vows, Chidi suddenly froze. His eyes went blank, his voice vanished. The drumbeat stopped. The crowd murmured. Then the priest trembled and said, "The ancestors refuse this union. The one chosen stands outside." All eyes turned toward the gate. There stood Amara, silent, trembling, her white dress soaked from the rain. And in that silence, thunder struck. That night, chaos ruled the village. Some whispered that Amara was a witch. Others said God himself had spoken through the storm. The chief, furious, called for her. "Girl," he roared, "what curse have you brought upon my house?" Amara knelt. "I brought no curse, my lord. I only prayed that truth be seen." But the people wouldn't listen. Ngozi screamed, "She's jealous. She bewitched him because he didn't choose her." The crowd believed it. They spat near Amara's feet. Still, she said nothing. She walked home in silence, her eyes filled with tears, not for herself, but for their blindness. Days passed. Chidi's condition worsened. He could neither eat nor speak. Then one night, he dreamt of a river, and in that river stood Amara, glowing in white light. A voice whispered, "You saw her heart, but ignored it." Chidi awoke, sweating. At dawn, he stumbled to Amara's hut and fell to his knees. "Forgive me, Amara. When I mocked you, heaven closed my mouth. Only you prayed for me." Amara helped him up, saying softly, "When men close their ears, God opens their eyes." That morning, a gentle breeze passed through the village, and for the first time, the birds sang over Amara's roof. But not everyone rejoiced. Ngozi's pride turned to fury, and she vowed, "If I can't have him, no one will." The next days were tense. Ngozi's jealousy grew like fire. Rumors spread that she went to consult a dibia, a dark priest, to curse Amara's home. That same night, lightning struck near Amara's hut. The ground shook. Her candle blew out. When she stepped outside, she saw a symbol drawn in ashes near her door, the mark of envy. Amara didn't cry. She knelt in the rain and prayed, "Lord, defend me where I cannot speak." The next morning, the villagers found Ngozi unconscious near the shrine. She screamed that she saw a great light and a voice that said, "Touch not the one I've chosen." The people panicked. Some ran to Amara, falling at her feet. "Mama, forgive us. We mocked you." But she only said, "Forgive yourselves. I hold no anger." Days later, Chidi's strength returned completely. He asked the chief for permission to marry Amara. The old man hesitated, then remembered the storm, the priest's words, the silence that changed everything. He finally said, "If heaven has spoken, who am I to resist?" The wedding of Chidi and Amara was nothing like Ngozi's. No gold, no dancing, no noise, just peace and a soft wind that felt like blessing. As they exchanged vows, a single dove landed between them, silent but radiant. Even the priest wept. He whispered, When men mocked her, God wrote her story. From that day, Amara became a symbol of grace in the village. The women who once laughed at her began coming for prayer. Children followed her to the chapel, singing her hymns. Ngozi, however, couldn't forgive herself. She left the village, wandering far away. But before she left, she said, "You won, Amara." Amara smiled gently. "No, sister, God won." Years later, when people spoke of Amara, they didn't call her poor. They said she was the woman who stayed silent, and heaven answered. And now, I'll ask you, what do you think gave Amara her strength? Was it her silence, her faith, or the pain she carried alone? Comment your thoughts, because sometimes the quietest people fight the loudest battles. If this story touched your heart, leave a comment saying faith wins. Share this video so others remember, God sees what people ignore. Like the video to support more stories like this, and subscribe for more African stories of hope, betrayal, and divine justice. Because in this world, they may laugh at your silence, but when God speaks for you, even the proud must listen.